Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation Skyfall, turn 15.7, Italy. It is July 1943. Italy has one tech roll. I tried for radar at a 7 or higher. PB generated a 12, so I succeeded. I advanced to stage 3. All right. Purchases. Italy has 11 IPP to spend. I will upgrade 1 militia to an infantry for 2. 1 militia for 2, that's 4. 1 airborne infantry for 3, that's 7. I'll begin construction of an airbase in Eritrea for 2, that's 9. And then I'll complete the lend-lease of the airbase to the Spanish nationalists for 2, that's 11. Got a couple little housekeeping notes. The first is about Calcutta. I have one, Panzer J said he had 4 FEC infantry and no British infantry, but I think that he has 1 British infantry in Calcutta and 5 FEC infantry. So Boston Bruce and I have been kind of trying to help Panzer J from last turn. I think was shorting himself, I believe, a couple infantry. So I think that he does have the extra FEC and the extra British infantry. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bruce. The second thing was that Transjordan isn't part of Africa. So that's the seam between the African region for rail and the Middle Eastern region for rail. The Middle Eastern region for rail extends from Istanbul all the way down to Transjordan. So Transjordan is part of the Middle East. And when Panzer J was using his strategic rail, he gets an extra one in Africa. Normally you'd only have 1 in Africa, he gets 2. But he can only rail from Cape Town up to Lower Egypt, and then the infantry and the medium armor had to stop there. He was able to rail from Istanbul, the infantry, down to Transjordan. So what I have is Panzer J with 4 infantry in Transjordan and a fighter, and then 3 infantry and a medium armor in Lower Egypt. Let me know if I've got those correct. All right, off to our one combat with Italy this turn. It's going to be Istanbul, or no, it's going to be Istanbul. It's going to be Lithuania. Maximum effort against Lithuania. So from Königsberg, 1 infantry will march over. From Central Romania, 1 airborne will drop. 1 fighter will come from Warsaw, 1 fighter will come from Central Romania, and 1 medium bomber will come from Central Romania. And all these aircraft will land in Warsaw. So I'll have all 4 of those aircraft land in Warsaw. So I'll have an airborne, an infantry, 2 fighters, and a medium bomber versus the 2 Soviet infantry. That's our only combat. Let's roll some dice. Okay, so there's no terrain. I've got 1 at 2 with my infantry. Miss. 1 at 3 with my airborne. Miss. Looked like it was almost going to be a hit. 2 fighters at 6. Hit. And then if my medium bomber hits, that'll be the second hit I need. Hit. Okay, great. He has 2 infantry at 4. Miss. Okay, so I got lucky there. Also got lucky when Panzer J attacked me in Belgium, and I hit with 1 of my infantry. I was expecting for him to hit with 1 of his 2 infantry there. So that is worth 1 for Italy. Lithuania is taken with 1 infantry and 1 airborne infantry up there in Lithuania. And what that will do is move Italy up to 11 and move the Soviets to 44. Alrighty, so non-combat movement. From East Poland, that infantry is going to move to Warsaw. And then from northern Italy, I've got 2 infantry. And those 2 guys are going to strategic rail move up to Warsaw. So that'll get me up to 3 infantry in Warsaw. Don't know if I'll be strong enough to hold off Hambone. He has quite a few units in southern Belarusia. Alrighty. And then I think that's all my movements up there in that front. Here in C-Zone M5 with that Italian naval transport, it will pick up these 2 Marines from Albania and move 1-2 down to M4 and drop off the 2 Marines in Tobruk. So that'll get me up to 3 Marines in Tobruk. Let's get that on camera. And then the other naval transport that is in, where's my other naval transport? But I had 2 naval transports. Oh yeah, it's in Tripoli. So the other naval transport that is in Tripoli is going to leave port to C-Zone M4, pick up the infantry from Tripoli, and drop them off in Tobruk. All right, and then from M4, coming off the carrier, this fighter will fly 1 over to M8, 2 to what C-Zone is that? I-5, and 3 to I-4, 4 to land in Italian Somaliland. Let's get that on camera. All right, and then from Abyssinia, 1 infantry and 1 mountain will move to Eritrea. So I'll move that mountain up there and move that infantry up there. All right, so let's do, I think that's all my movement. Let me double check. Yep, okay, so let's place units. In Eritrea, I'm going to do a militia upgrade and a militia, so that is essentially adding an infantry. And then also in Eritrea, I'm going to begin construction of an airbase. All right, and then up in northern Italy, I will build my airborne infantry. All right, and then I've got my Lend-Lease. So the Lend-Lease of the airbase will travel down to Western Andalusia and go here on the build queue to be placed on Germany's 16.1 turn. So it's sitting there waiting on the build queue. Collect income. Italy collects 11. So they end the turn with 11. Let's do disposition of forces. In northern Italy, 1 airborne. In Rome, 4 militia. Nothing has changed other than having my 2 naval transports are now in M4. Tobruk has 1 infantry, 3 marines. Let's go down to Eritrea. Eritrea has an airbase under construction, 1 militia, 3 infantry, 2 mountain infantry. Abyssinia has 1 militia, 4 infantry. Italian Somaliland has an airbase and a fighter. So, okay. And then up in Warsaw, we've got, well, I guess Lithuania has the infantry and the airborne infantry. Warsaw, 3 infantry, 2 motorized infantry, 1 mechanized infantry, 1 light armor, 1 medium armor, 1 anti-aircraft artillery, 1 air transport, 2 fighters, and a medium bomber. I believe that is all of my units. Yep. Okay, I think that's everything. Next up is Boston Bruce with turn 15.8 KMT and 15.9 USA.